Okay, here we'll learn the functions. Okay, first, what is a function? Function is nothing but a group of statements which perform a task. Okay, so that is fine. So here let us write one simple function here. So do you know how to write a simple function? I want to write a print hello something function. Okay, function name print hello. Okay, and I will say open bracket and close bracket, something like that. So it will print the hello. So if I'm going to reload the page, what is the output we are going to get it? We will not get anything because we are not calling the function. Let us invoke the function. Okay, so like this. So here we are getting a output hello world. Okay, so here whatever the function we are writing, this is a normal function. Everybody knows that, right? A function is a keyword, and this is a name of a function, something like this. Okay, sometimes we'll write this function without any names. Okay, so without any names, how will you write it? Where will write it? Suppose I'm going to write like a without any name. So I can store this one into let x is equal something. So what is this function name? Right side I'm giving it there is no name at all. Okay, if you are declaring any function without any name, okay, such functions what we'll call it? Anonymous functions. Okay, functions without any name, without any name, what functions are anonymous functions? Okay, anonymous functions. Okay, that is fine. So we will use this anonymous functions also somewhere. Okay, first we are written a normal function, second we are writing a anonymous function. Okay, so third one what we are going to do, I want to write a self-invoking function. Okay, so third one what I want to do, self-invoking function. Suppose if I am removing this line, whether I'm going to get an output or not. Okay, we are not going to get any output if we are going to remove that method invocation. Okay, without calling this method we will never get the output. Okay, sometimes what is the requirement is I want to execute this function only one time. I don't want multiple times. That is only one time I want to execute it, and that is also immediately I want to execute it. Okay, after declaring itself I want to execute it. So something, if you want to solve it, you can write it directly like this. You can declare a function, you can directly like this. Okay, this is a normal way, but there is a another way also we want to do it. But the requirement is I don't want to call in multiple places, I want to call only one time, and that is also after declaring it I want to execute immediately. So in such cases what you can do, you can add these brackets around the function. Okay, so whatever the function you are writing it, just add a brackets. After that you write a normal brackets and call like this. So what it is going to do, whatever the function it is there, it will going to execute immediately. See, output is coming. Okay, so such functions we are calling it as a self-invoking function. What is a self-invoking function? Functions are calling them self are called self invoking functions. Okay, these functions will automatically call, you don't need to explicitly call them. Whenever you are declaring any self invoking functions, this name is optional. You want to write it, you write it, otherwise not at all required. Okay, so let us go on to reload the page. See, okay, so such functions are called what functions? Are self invoking function. These self invoking functions we will use it for the closures. Okay, closures concept. Just now we will go for that question later. So what is the self invoking? First we will write one function, and we'll write a bracket surrounding it, and we'll call this function something like. Okay, such functions we'll call it as a self invoking. These functions automatically will be invoking and we'll get the output. Okay. So let us go for a second one. So function with the default parameters. Okay, function with the default parameters. Let us understand this example. So suppose I want to write a addition here. Okay, addition. So how many arguments I am having it here? Yeah, two arguments. Okay, so but in the whenever I'm calling this add method, what I'm trying to do, I'm going to call this function. How many arguments I am passing it? Only one value. So where this 10 value will go to x, and what about the y value? We are not giving any y value. If you are not giving any y value, what is the default value? Undefined. 10 plus undefined, what is the output? We'll get it uh, nan, right? Nan or 10 something. Okay, error or nan. Let us see what is the output. Okay, so we need to print it, right? Somewhere we need to print it. I will say console dot, let's store into one variable first. Let res is equal to add and print it. Okay, something. Let's go and do it. So what is the value I'm getting it? Nan. Okay, because this is already know that because it requires a two arguments, but I am sending only one argument. Because of that reason I am getting right. To solve this problem, here we can go and give a default value. Okay, you can write a simple is equal to 0. Now this is equal to 0. What value? Default value. If I am not giving any value, what is the default value? 0. 10 plus 0, how much? 10. Okay, if you are going to reload the again, now this time we are going to get a 10, not a nan. To solve such problems, we'll give a default values because we don't know whether the developer will give 10 or not, like all values or not. That is the reason we'll give a default value. Okay. Suppose if I'm giving a 10 comma 20. Now what is the answer we are going to get it? 10 or 30? Because this 20 will go to where? Y. So this 0 will be removed and 20 will placing here. Okay. And already x value is a 10, x plus y 30. So we are going to get a 30. Okay, it's 30. So this concept is called a default parameters. Okay, so in the interview they will ask what is the default parameters, why you have to use the default parameters, whether you have used it in your project or not, something like that they will ask it. Okay, yes, we have used it whenever we want to provide default values, we will use the default parameters. Okay, so this is the one. So the next concept is a REST operators. Okay, so what is REST operator in the JS? Okay, so what is this REST operator? Let me explain it here. Suppose here is a function here. Okay, so there is a function is there. How many arguments are there, ma? Only 2 is there. I want to write a sum writer. Let us go and write like I will say add, okay, 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. Okay, if I am going to giving like this, so it will return a result, right? Let res console.res. So what is the answer for this one? What is the answer? Any guess? What is the value here? I'm sending 10. Where it will go to x? What is the value? Second value 20. Where it will go to y? And what is the x plus y? 10 plus 20, 30 only. But whatever the arguments you are giving, it will not consider at all. Okay. Even though you are sending it, that method will not consider at all. So let us go on to reload the page. 30 only. Okay, suppose your requirement is suppose I don't know how many number this will come. One time it will come 5, second time 10, third time 30. I don't know how many numbers it will come. Okay, suppose if user is asking 4 arguments, right? Here I will say z comma u. Now 4 arguments. Second time whenever he is calling, he is giving only 3 arguments. Then my method 3 arguments is waste, right? Okay, because of calling that declaration is there is mismatch, right? Okay, to solve this problem, we are going for a one concept called REST operator. Okay, you can write a triple dot and you can give any name here. Okay, suppose arg something like this. Okay, so whenever this advantage here is so whenever you are writing this triple dot arg something like this is internally will be converting like an array. You know what is an array, right? Okay, internally it will giving like an array, but whenever we are calling it, we can give like a normal values only. So now I want to give a 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. But how many arguments I have declared in the top? Only one value. So here you know how to iterate array, how to find one value, ma? From array I want to find a one value. But which method we can use it? Reduce method. Correct, right? I want to find a total value. What is the method I can use it? Args dot reduce something like this. Okay, a comma b, a plus b. Okay, something. On what is the output we are going to get? Let total is equal to, and let us return the total. Okay, so this time how many arguments we are passing it? 4 values. Let us see what is the output we are going to get it. So what is 90? Okay, so second time I want to pass only to one argument. So what is the total? It should come 10 only. Correct, right? If I want to give 20, 30, 40, 50. Now this time how many arguments I want to get it? 150. Okay, so now you understood what is the REST operator, right? Okay, if you don't know number of arguments you are going to send it, you want to support all the arguments, then which operator you can use it? Dot 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 REST operator. Okay, so using like suppose there is a one function we have seen it, math dot max. Anybody remember what math dot max? Here I'm giving 10 comma 20, right? How they are taking this 10 comma 20 comma 30 internal, what concept they are using it? This REST operator only. Because if you are passing 5 values, that method should have 5 arguments, right? Second time I'm passing only 2 arguments. Second time only how many arguments should have? Only 2 arguments. They cannot write these many methods. Okay. To solve this problem, inside the max also they will use like this dot 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 args. Okay. From that they will iterate and they will identify So that is the reason whenever you want to support multiple arguments, then which approach you can go for? A rest operator. Okay. Using the rest operator is very simple. This triple dot you can give any name, numbers, a b c, anything you can give it. Okay, but you should follow the rules. That is nothing but a rest operator. Okay, so next, this is a most important interview question, and this is a confusing question also. So the next concept is all currying functions. Okay, so we will do all curries right afternoon. So that is nothing but currying only. Okay, so let us see what is this currying. Let us print this value here. Okay, suppose see here, what is this one? What is this one? First I am writing sum of 1. Usually if I want to call sum 3 times, what I will do? I will call like a first sum, I will add a bracket, again sum, I will add a bracket, again sum, I'll do something like this. Okay, something like this, right? Okay, this is a normal function, but there is a concept called currying. Okay, so what they want to do, they will call like this. Okay, they want to output like a 1 plus 2 plus 3. What is a 1 plus 2 plus 3? 6. They want to get it like this. Okay, to solve this problem, so first let us see, currying is a technique that involves a function that takes multiple arguments and returns a final value, something like this. Okay, this is a technique. So to solve this one, first we have to write it. How many times they are calling 3 methods? First let us write a sum function. Let us write a normal sum function. How to write normal sum function? Function, okay, sum, and we can take any num1, something num1. Okay, so you can return a num value, something like this. Return num value, something like this. Okay, so let us print this value, console.log of someone like this. So what is the output for this program? Here, what is the value you are giving? 1. So you are going to get 1 only. There is no specific logic, nothing is there. Only 1 we are going to print it. But now second time what I'm going to do, I'm going to call like a, okay, after the 1, I'm going to write a brackets and 2, something like this. Let us see. Okay, now this time what is the answer we are going to get it? What is the answer? There is a uncaught error, not some function, right? Okay, because here internally what is the value you are returning? 1. This is not a function. So whenever you are writing a next argument like this, it will think like a, you need to call that function with a 2 value. Is there any function inside that method? No. Okay, that is the reason whenever you are going for any currying programs, internally just write another function. Write another function inside this function. Okay, so here you keep any name, no problem. Without name also, no, fine. Okay, and take another argument, something like this. Okay, now I am going to solve it. If I am going to reload this page, let us reload now. So 1 plus 2, how much? 3. See, first we are writing one function and writing another function inside the another function, something 2 like this. Suppose here I want to call another one, 3. Okay, something like this. Now tell me what I have to do. You should avoid this one. Again, I need to write another return function. Okay, so whenever you are writing this function like currying, each function should return a function, not the value. That function should return another function. That function should return another function. How many levels you want to do it, you can do those many levels. Okay, so this type of concept is called currying. Okay, let's see what is the value we are going to print it. So what is the output we want to print it here? 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6. Okay, so this is called nothing but a closure. Okay, closure. What is a closure? Let us see. Okay, a closure is nothing but a returning another function inside a function. Okay, so this is outer function, right? This function is returning value or inner function? Inner function. Okay, this inner function is having a access to the outer function value. Suppose this num1 value is there. This num we are adding in the total or not? Yes, that means we are having a value to the outer function and returning a inner function is nothing but a closure. We'll again discuss about the closure. For now, let us go to the currying. So now you understood what is the currying. So whenever any programmer giving like this, now what you have to declare? You have to declare the sum function and return another function, return another function, return how many levels they are calling. You need to return those many levels. Okay, so this concept is called a currying. Okay, so next is a recursive functions. Okay, recursive function. Suppose what is a recursive means? If I am calling my name, that is nothing but a recursive. A function is calling a that function itself nothing but a recursive. So I want to print only 1 to 10. Anybody can do it? I want to print only 1 to 10 numbers. How to do it? We can go for loops. Whenever we want to iterate multiple times, then what concept we can use it? Loops. Okay, for loop. Let I is equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus. Okay, this is a simple concept, right? Okay, let's go and reload the page. So we are going to get a 1 to 9 because this 10 we are not writing a equal. That's okay. Suppose what they have written is in one interview they are asking like this function print num, something like this. Okay, so you call this function and that function should print all the values, something like this. Okay, format the document. Now let us call this function. Okay, can I call it from top also, right? We can call it because functions always will be hosted. Correct, right? Wherever you are declaring, you can call it from anywhere. So we are getting same output, right? Okay, so this is a normal program only, there is nothing. Okay, now we are going for a recursive function. Recursive means we are not going to write this for loop. Okay, I am going to call my function my name myself. Okay, I will say here num here. Okay, I will take one argument. Okay, one argument num, you can take any name, no problem. Okay, and here I'm going to write like a if. Okay, if num double equal to 0. Okay, num double equal to 0, I will return it here. Okay, whenever number is 0, I want to stop the program. I don't want to execute any line here. If a number is not something, I'll say console.log of num. So suppose if I am calling this function, I'll say print it. I want to print till the 10 numbers. Okay, something. So I'm giving a 10 value here. And what is the value it will print here first? Now what is the num value? 10. So whether 0 double equal to 10 or not, no. So it will not go inside. Whenever it's not going inside, it will come here. And what is the value it is printing? 10. So after that, the program will stop. But I don't want to do this one, right? I want to print 9. I want to print 8, something like this. Okay. For this reason, again, I will call like a my method only. So what is my function name? Print num only. I'm not writing for loop. Okay. So here I will say this time I will reduce one value. Num minus 1. This num minus 1 means how much? 9. This time it will go for 9 here. 9 double equal to 0 or not? No. It will print the 9. Again it will come here. This time what is the num value? 9. 9 minus 1, 8. So it will print like it till 0 it will come. Whenever 0 is coming, it will stop the program. Okay. So here the logic is you are calling your function yourself. Calling that function inside that function is nothing but a recursive function. Suppose if you don't have this check, what will happen? It will go to unlimited loop. Okay, it will never stop this program. That is the reason I am writing a first if 0 you stop it, don't go more than that. That is the reason I am doing like this. Okay, so let us go and execute it. Okay, see 10 1 to something. Suppose you want to print 1 to 10, tell me what you are going to do. You will say number double equal to 10. Okay, that's fine. And you can say print num, and you can print like a okay, suppose here you will print like a 1, print 1, so num plus 1, so 1 to 9. Okay, calling that function and getting the like a function is nothing but a invoking the same function again. So that is nothing but a recursive function where you will use this type of functionality. I will tell you. Okay, suppose where you are going to use it, there is a JSON object like this. Okay, so this is a real-time example from one of your senior only. Okay, so there is a one object is like this. Okay, name is there. For this name they have a something like this things something. Okay, and there is another property is called array. Okay, childs, something childs. Okay, so this child is having an array. Inside the array we have a another object something. Okay, this object also internally it will be having a two properties again, name. Okay, name is a name2 And again, this property also will have a child. This child also is nothing but an array. Okay, like this you can have any number of array. Okay, suppose where you will use such structure is you are going to open any folder. Suppose you want to refer any folder in the programming language, something like this. Okay, suppose this is outer level. Whenever you are opening, that folder will open another folder. So that folder will open another folder. So that program will never end. It will go on, go on, go on, go on, right? Okay, in such cases I cannot write like a for loop, while loop, something like this. So in such cases we have to go for like a recursive function only. Okay, so whenever that need comes, you will remember you are going to use the recursive function. So what is a recursive function? Invoking the same function with the same different argument is nothing but a recursive functions. Okay, so whenever you want to iterate childs, then you can go for a this recursive functions. Okay, suppose there is a Fibonacci number, factorial. So everybody know what is a factorial? Let us have something example and let's try to do it. Okay, suppose I'm going to write a print this program. Suppose I want to print the factorial. This is the number, nothing but just now we have done this program. Okay, so there is another program I have written. Factorial means suppose I am giving like a 5. What I want to do, I want to say 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, and I want to find the total. That is nothing but a factorial program. Okay, and if you want to write using the for loop, we can write it using the for loop also. We don't need to use this much. We can use a normal for loop also. Something, let me write it here. So already I have written and I will explain it here. Okay, so let us see. So what is a factorial? They want to do it to format the document. So first I am writing a one factorial function. Okay, and I am taking one argument. So they will type any number 5, 10, 20, something like this. Okay, internally what I am taking, first I am taking value is equal to 1. So by default value is 1, and I am writing a for loop, let I is equal to 1 and I less than or equal to this n, because whatever the number they are giving I want to iterate till that time, and I plus plus, this is the same. And what is the value they want to do it? I want to whatever the current value into I want to do it. So and that value I will store again into value only. So and I will finally I will return this value. So if I am going to print factorial of 5, what is the output? Some, suppose factorial of 3. Let us understand. What is the factorial of 3? 1 into 2 into 3. How much? 6. So output should be 6 for first one. 6. Okay, something like this. Here what is the logic we are writing it? For loop, correct, right? Suppose same loop I want to use it using the recursive function. Okay, so the logic here, what is the logic? Main logic, I should be less than or equal to n. This is the logic. Okay, so here I'm going to stop this one and let us see the factorial program using the recursive approach. Okay, suppose I'm writing a factor one function. I'm seeing where I want to stop my program. Whenever my value is 0, I don't want to go to indefinite loop. That is the reason I have to look for this value. Okay, 0. If the value is 0, I'm going to return a 1. Please stop there itself. Okay, don't go. Else case, I will say n. N means what? If I'm giving a 5, that 5 is nothing but a n, and into factorial minus 1. What it will happen? This is a 5 minus 1, how much? 4. So this value will go here, it will calculate and get that value. Okay, so that totally you are going to get like a, suppose I want to print using the 3. So let us I need to print to the console. Let us print to the console. Let res is equal to factorial console.log of rs, something like a, okay. So something, suppose you want to understand more, then what you can do, go here and there is a source. Okay, so inside the source you can see the JavaScript. Okay, so there is a JavaScript. This is a debugging. Anybody want to debug it, they can debug. Okay, I'm going to write a bracket here and I'm going to reload. Whenever I'm going to reload, see I'm clicking this one, right? So what will happen is program will wait for you until you are seeing what is the I value I'm giving, n value 3. Okay, you can click here. These are the possible operations you can do here. Okay, let me see. Okay, so here you can debug your program. So here this means you entirely execute the program. You no need to debug. I want to resume the operation. I don't want to do line by line, something like this. Okay, go to next. So let me reload it again. Again it will stop. So what is the n value? 3. Okay. So here there is a F10 is there. If you are clicking F10, it will go to the next line because my n is not equal to 0. That is the reason it is going into the else block. So what is the n value now right now? 3. So now if I'm clicking again, see again the what is the n value? Second time is coming to 2. Okay, again go to the bottom. So now this n value is 2, and the right side again it will call for a next function. What is the next value again? 1. Okay, it will go come here. And what is the next value? See, this time 0. Whenever it is 0, it will go to 1, and again it will come back to the here itself. Okay, so if you are seeing it, so now this right side total calculation is done. Now you are going to get a value. What is the total value? 6. Okay, like this you can debug and you can see what is the next step, next step, next step, something like this you can identify. Okay, so whenever you don't want this debug, unclick the please check that one and click on this F8. So automatically it will run fine. Okay, so you can debug whenever you are not getting any output. You can write a function, go and add a this breakpoint. Simple, on the line number, just click it. Okay, so that you'll see this red symbol. Whenever this red symbol is there, you can debug it. If there is no red symbol, you cannot debug anything. Okay, so this is how you can debug this one. Fine. Okay, so let's go for something. Okay, so the last concept, call and apply property.